Welcome to Aging with Confidence. My name is Bob Smith. I'm the owner and founder of Scottsdale Financial Group. And Aging with Confidence is all about providing you answers to questions about everyday questions that I hear from clients about long-term care insurance. How does it work? What does it cost? What are the benefits? So what we've provided for you is an education center that will provide you answers to very specific questions that you may have. So this is one of the questions that I'm often presented. How does long-term care insurance work? What are the basics? Well, first of all, you have to have a policy. And to get that policy, you have to go through an underwriting with an insurance carrier. So it's extremely important that you apply for a policy while your health is in pretty good shape. If you have questions about that, let us know, send us an email, give us a call, and we can let you know if any health-related issue that you have, if it will prohibit you from getting a policy. But first of all, you have to buy a qualified long-term care policy. Second, the policy is structured in a way that best meets your needs. And in many cases, it's driven by price. So long-term care insurance can be expensive depending on how you build the program. So they're not built in a cookie cutter manner. You have the ability to customize the plan based upon what your needs are. So let me give you an example. You will have a waiting period. Typical waiting periods are 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. That's the time, once you trigger a benefit and you've been approved, that you have to wait before a benefit is paid. So in most cases, I see clients choosing a 90-day wait because it's one of the most affordable plans you can buy. If you buy a 30-day, it's going to be more expensive than a 90-day. So we see a lot of 90-day triggers. So again, you have to wait 90 days once you've been approved to start receiving benefits. So there's a waiting period. There's also a benefit period. And that basically means how long will you receive benefits. Most plans that I see will have a 2-year benefit, a 3-year benefit, maybe a 5-year benefit or more. And it really depends on what meets your goal. What are you concerned about? Is 2 years enough? Is 3 years enough? Most of the plans that I tend to see tend to be between 3 and 5-year benefits. The average stay for most people, male or female, ranges between 2.5 and 3.5 years. That's a typical stay. I do know, and studies have proven it, that a typical stay, if you have a cognitive impairment, on the average is 8 years. So that's something that you may want to add into your planning. There's also a monthly benefit amount that you'll receive. And again, that's up to you and what you can afford. Arizona, the typical cost I see on a monthly basis to receive care is about $7,000 a month. So that's the benefit amount that you would receive on a tax-free basis. You could buy a $7,000 a month, a $10,000 a month, a $12,000 a month. It just depends on what you can afford and what best meets your financial goals. On the average, I see a lot of plans in the $7,000 to $8,000 a month benefit. That would be pretty typical for what we see. There's also riders that you can actually build into your plan. And one example would be, and it's very, very common, is called a cost of living adjustment. That basically means that your benefit will grow by a certain interest rate every year to keep up with inflation. And typically the plans offer a 3% compound or maybe a 6% compound. 6% is going to cost more than the 3%. So I see people add that to their plan so it'll keep up with the rate of inflation. Many of the plans, the better plans, will offer concierge services, which means you have a resource that you can contact regarding questions about your plan, or they could help you with identifying a nursing service available here in Scottsdale or whatever state you live in. They've vetted these people for you. They're there to help you through the process of being a caregiver. So again, that's a feature that I tend to like to include in most of our plans. Some of the plans have reimbursement features, which means the premium that you've put in, if you never use the plan will pay you back what you put into the plan maybe after 10 years. Some of the plans, the hybrid long-term care plans, have a death benefit feature. So if you don't use the benefit and you pass away, a tax-free death benefit's paid back to your estate. So there are opportunities to get back some, all, or sometimes even more than what you've invested in the plan. I would look at that. The plan, bottom line, can be customized to meet your needs. And what we find in most cases, it's premium driven. It's what you can afford, and it's also driven by what's important to you. What features make the most sense for your plan? So anyways, that's the basic policy features. Once you have a plan, you have to qualify for benefits. And that basically means the insurance carrier is going to look into the claim that you submit. And if you cannot do 2 of the 6 activities of daily living, you would qualify for benefit. Or if you have a cognitive impairment. There are videos in our education center that take a deeper dive into how do you trigger a long-term care benefit. So I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but bottom line, if you cannot do 2 of the activities of daily living, and again, we have a video that talks exactly about what those are, or if you're cognitively impaired, the underwriter is going to request proof from your family physician. So there will be an underwriting. They will look into information from your physician that actually verifies that you have a cognitive impairment or you cannot do some of these activities of daily living. So there will be an underwriting to prove that. Once you're approved, the benefit is now available to you. Remember, you have a waiting period. It may be 30, 60, 90 days. You have a monthly benefit that you're going to receive tax-free, and it's going to be for a benefit period, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, or more. The big question is, where can I receive this care? So I'm going to give you some quick examples of where you can receive long-term care benefits. Number one, and probably the most important, is at home. Most people would like to receive their care for as long as possible while they're living at their home. So this benefit is available to you even if you're at home. So if you have to have nurses or physical therapists or cleaning services, whatever it is, as long as you can be home and be comfortable and be safe, benefits are available to you. A lot of people think long-term care insurance only covers you if you're in a facility, and that's not true. So a qualified long-term care plan will cover you at home. The next step could be adult daycare. So if you have to go to an adult daycare center, say for example, you have a spouse who's still working and he or she is not comfortable with you being home alone, you could go to an adult daycare center and they will be there for you to make sure that you're safe. And then at the end of the day, your spouse can come pick you up and you're back home. So that's available. Assisted living. So you need more than what can be provided at home. And there may be nursing services available for you, meals available. So assisted living is another area that you can receive benefits. Then we get to the nursing homes, and most of you know about those. That would be, I need 24-hour care, skilled nursing, physicians, I need medical assistance. So the benefits can be applied to that. And last but not least is hospice. So end-of-life services, long-term care benefits are available for you. So the key that I want you to really understand is a lot of people receive much of their care at home. And I know that's important to my parents. It was important to my grandmother. It's important to me. I want to be at home as long as I can, but still receive benefits if I need care. So that's basically how a long-term care plan works. There are many companies available, and there are, I would say, 8 to 10 of them that I think provide phenomenal care. So if I'm in the market to buy long-term care, I want to work with someone who has access to the top carriers. And we as a firm, when someone comes to us for long-term care, we shop the market, we make sure it's a financially sound carrier, and we then customize the plan based upon what your goals are and also what your budget can afford. So I think it's important to be working with someone who has options as it relates to carriers. and someone who understands long-term care, someone who can help you customize the plan, shop the market, compare them side by side, again, so you can make an educated decision. Some of the things that I've discussed today, we do provide a deeper dive in our education center. So if you want to know how to better understand how to trigger a benefit, there is a video available for you that takes a deeper dive into the activities of daily living and cognitive impairment. We also have a video that takes a deeper dive into how do you build out a plan that meets your goals. So that video is also available. Aging with Confidence is a resource to you. It's to provide education so you can make a better decision if long-term care insurance makes sense for your family, and if it does, what does it look like? How does it work? What does it cost? So we're available to you. So any questions you have, go to our education center. Our site is ltcedu.com. Again, ltcedu.com. Our phone number is on the front page of the site. So if you have questions, you can give us a call. You can, you can email me with questions, whatever you need. Let us know and we'll provide you the information. So hope you found this helpful. Thank you for visiting us at Aging with Confidence. Take care.